This is Miracle from Magical Melody.
This is Sailor Tortilla.
This is Brooke with the Sailor Moon Fan Network, and you're tuned into Double Moonlight Justice
with Z and Grayson.
Okay, you ready?
Am I ready? That's a great question. Yeah, I'll follow your lead.
Okay, yeah, it'll be
I got you.
It'll be chill. We'll be so chill and casual. Like I'm all about the cozy, comfy vibes right now.
Excellent. That's how I'm feeling.
All right. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Moonlight Justice.
Hey, Sailor Guardians, it is March 6th, and you are tuned into Double Moonlight Justice. Moonlight Justice is a fan podcast dedicated to the hit anime manga franchise, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. We are your Sailor hosts. I'm Grayson.
And I am Z.
Here on Moonlight Justice, we adhere to the power of 3. The power of 3 are principles we abide by as your Sailor hosts. 1. Practice controversy with civility. We will respectfully discuss our thoughts and opinions with a feeling of judgment. 2. Things can always be discussed constructively and positively. And 3. We will not engage in racism, xenophobia, phobias, or triggers. But some of those topics might be addressed, and in correlation with our discussions, we'll be sure to post a disclaimer beforehand. So before we jump into today's talking points, let's check in. Hey Z, how are you feeling and what have you been up to lately?
Hey, oh my gosh. I am feeling okay. Like, I cannot complain. I have had, and their days, like, I might not be on socials too much, but again, I'm doing my moves quiet. And they're nice. They're kind of ways that I can, like, kind of hone in to myself and just enjoy the thing. Beautiful sun, at least over here, the beautiful sun. But things that I have been working on this year's plans, I decided to be much more casual because I felt like I was going hard in the paint, for lack of a better phrase, with the cosplays.
No, that's very accurate because you were. You were working very hard on that. I was like, this is the longest I've seen Z work on a cosplay.
Been going real hard, Tiana and Christine especially. So I wanted to give myself a little break and maybe do some aren't as challenging to that degree, but refine the skills that I have. So I started Sailor Mercury earlier this year. She's on a pause right now because for the most part, the costume is finished. Some fabric for the boot covers that I want to make, and I have to make her at 3s. I'm happy that for the most part, these have kind of sort of been stash builds for the most part. But she's on pause. I'm currently working Lunette in the big couch. I wanted to do costumes that were comfortable to a degree, but of course still help me, like I mentioned before, refine my skill draft a bit deeper. But it is what it is. I know how to build overalls for the most part.
That's nice.
But outside of that, I was actually the fabric shipped today, so hopefully it'll be coming in pretty soon. It's real corduroy, so I'm a hype about that. We're going all in for this costume. But I've been having fun and just taking things day by day and trying to emphasize enjoying the little things and kind of tapping into my whimsicalness a little bit more. I've been doing that especially this week. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to, and that's kind of where I'm at. How about you, G?
Okay. Same. I'm doing my best. And that's all you can do. But it's like work has been busy.
All you can do.
Yeah, work has been busy. I have not been able to really draw or write the way that I've been wanting to, but trust and believe, I am constantly thinking of these things and like making like little notes here and there, but it's like for the main part, it's just like making sure that I am in a safe, comfortable, cozy space to be able to create creatively, because like when things are in disarray around you, it does affect your creativity. So like, I understand like, you know, taking a break from some projects or whatever, not because you don't have the capacity to do them, but it's just like some of the things need to align in order for you to be as productive as possible in kind of those things.
Right.
So for the most part, that's pretty much it. I started reading Interview with the Vampire. It's an audiobook. I just finished playing Resident Evil Requiem, which is a really good game.
Oh my gosh. I was watching playthroughs of that and I stopped because I'm like, oh, this is too old, because I saw on TikTok that there's a big creature that I won't say the name of for the sake of spoilers, but I was like, oh, I'm absolutely not watching this gameplay. Can't stand looking at the particular creatures, and I can't do that. Go off
it was.
Agree with Rick saying that it's a good game, but I was
Yeah, it was intense. Definitely very intense. But the story was really good. It was very nerve-wracking, I will say that. So I definitely understand like the sentiment, because even like the previous game, some of the content was intense where I couldn't keep playing. Like I beat the main game, but the DLC from the last game, I could not play all the way through because it was just too intense for me. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch the rest because I can't play. Yeah. So basically just trying to be more mindful about my screen time. So I have put a time limit on like my Instagram, my TikTok. So I'm only spending about less than an hour a day on social media. So that's been a challenge. Especially when you're like when I'm running the Sailor Moon Guy Instagram as well as the Magical Melody fan club. Because sometimes it requires me to be on longer than I like set my screen time for, but for the most part it's working out. Like I just have to be it puts me in a space to be very intentional about how I'm engaged with social media. So I have to be like planning like, oh, okay, let me get this edit together so when I do get my screen time I can post this edit. That'll be the first thing I do before I do any scrolling, because every minute counts. Very excited for things with the Magical Melody fan club. We just got some really cool giveaways. So I got the Ocean and Space Magical Melody collaboration merch. I have 3 more sets of that to give out.
Do you have a t-shirt?
I know
you probably can't share, so don't mind me.
No, I can share. It's fine. Okay. I did not get t-shirts, but I will ask Miracle about getting some t-shirts for giveaways, because I think Ocean and Space did not have any more sizes, like anything, because I was gonna get the shirts, but it didn't have any more like small, medium, large sizes that I could get. I think it was like all like extra large or 2XL or something like that. So I was like, oh, I don't want to get those because some of our fan club members are petite. And they don't need that big of a shirt. But I'll definitely check with Miracle. But I did get like the prints, the stickers, something else.
They're nice prints, y'all.
Yeah, so
they're very nice.
I just bought merch from bunmira.com, the official Magical Melody website that is up now. So I bought Melody Silencio ship stickers. So I bought so there's stickers on the website you can buy, and so I bought a pair of Melody and Silencio to go with the bundle giveaway. I think I got 3 prints. I got something else. Oh, the checkies. I got 3 different Chuckies featuring magical melodies, and I think that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm going to give away free 1-year memberships to the Magical Melody Patreon.
Oh wow, that's so exciting.
Because Miracle has released some videos on Patreon.
She has,
and they are so good.
I want to see. I have to get on that. That's so cool. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be scared very, very, very quickly ways because these all sound awesome and fun.
Yes. Yeah, so I just announced it on the Magical Melody Discord. I'm going to get together with Miracle because it'll probably be like we did before, where it's going to be on her lives, where we can give those things away. But the 3, so without giving too much away, there are 3 in-between episodes about Dolce.
Oh, so there are 4 episodes, aren't they?
And Miracle was like, did you see the episodes on Patreon? I was like, no, I haven't. I had been so busy, like I didn't even get a notification. And so I went on there and I was like, I am screaming, like what is happening right about So yeah, we gotta get you a membership here.
I will be tuned into the live stream because oh my
gosh, it has all the lore. The lore is packed into it, and Miracle really knows how to. She really knows how to set up, suspense. Because the clips aren't very long. They're very typical for a Magical Melody episode. But it's like the cliffhanger she leaves you on. It's like, I need to know what happens next.
So next.
Right, I was like, there has to be more. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in my world this night. I also wanted to take an opportunity to shout out that nerd Dave. He has become one of the official staff for Miss Dream. So he's one of the official staff for Miss Dream now. And he just released the C'est La Vie PGSM remasters. And it is the whole package. Episodes, movies, commercials, interviews, you name it. If it's PGSM related and it was recorded, Dave got it. Dave remastered it. It is available for download. Go to missdream.org to get your download links. I just downloaded it on Tuesday. I checked my favorite Princess Sailor Moon episode. It is amazing.
Because I know these are going to be so great for any of you costumers out there that might want to do PGSM stuff.
Yes.
So stuff.
Yeah, we're definitely gotta see about getting Z a copy too, because it is phenomenal. But I think we've talked about this before too, where it's like, with Sailor Moon Cosmos being the official end of the Crystal revival, a lot of people are saying like, what now? What's going to happen with Sailor Moon now? And so, being an elder millennial who has lived through a Sailor Moon era and has been very fortunate and blessed to be around for a second era of Sailor Moon. This is not unfamiliar territory for us. It may be for some people, but it's like I can tell you that the fans is what keeps this fandom alive. And it is through the hard work of people like Dave that keep us getting the content that we need before official content comes out. So it's like PGSM has been out for over 20 years. And there has not been any re-release of the episodes. It has not been streamed. They're just re-airing it in Japan now. But I don't know if that's going to lead to merchandise sales again. or if we're going to see DVDs or anything like that. But it's like in the meantime, the fans are filling the gap. They're filling in those spaces. Dave is one of those phenomenal people that took the time and the effort to rescale and provide high definition versions of PGSM when there has not been any available outside of the DVD source over the past 20 years. So it's like huge shout out to him. Project Nostalgia, working on the 90s, doing the same thing as Dave, working on a proper HD upscaled remaster of the Sailor Moon series. I know that we got we had the Blu-rays and stuff like that, but it's like the Project Nostalgia is a very proper upscale of the Sailor Moon 90s anime that we have not seen before. He has done some comparisons to the Blu-ray, and it is blowing it out of the water.
Wow.
Jerome with JPH Collection, he is known for his vintage Sailor Moon collections, Bratz dolls, stuff like that. He just released his Sailor Moon shopping bags, his totes. I bought 2. I have one with the dolls. I have one with trading cards. You can check his Instagram because I still believe he has some bags in stock. He also restocked on his I'll Punish You Sailor Moon doll t-shirts. I have one of those too, and it's amazing.
Cool.
So lots of cool people out there just doing what they can for the Sailor Moon community. There's still Sailor Moon merchandise out there. Shout out to Ochiba Wolf and Bradzilla with Sailor Moon Fan Network to keep us abreast of all the happenings in the Sailor Moon merchandise world. Was it Shining Moon Tokyo? New theater?
Rehearsal right now, if I'm not mistaken.
So pictures people have been talking about the cast release pictures and stuff like that. So big developments coming in Japan. What else is going on? I think those are the biggest things that have been happening in the Sailor Moon world. The new permanent theater show. That's what it's going to be. It's not temporary. It's a permanent Sailor Moon show in Japan that they're working on. Very excited about that. It is beyond the Dark Kingdom arc. So some of the things that we have discussed before. So we're like, if only they would get beyond the Dark Kingdom arc. So I'm surprised they skipped over the Black Moon arc and immediately going into an Infinity themed show. But hey, I'm not complaining.
Dude. Optimistic. You see what costumes look like.
So it's there's a bunch of Sailor Moon music available on Spotify, including the Super Live soundtracks that toured in America. So and in the UK. So there's a US version and the UK version of those albums. There's also I took the liberty of making a battle cry version of the song from We Are Pretty Guardians? Yes, We Are Sailor Guardians. Yes.
Sorry, I had to sing it.
I love that song so much. It's
I'm loving it more. I hope you know that. I'm loving it. And I already got what you meant when it came to the lack of battle cry stuff, and there's no didn't he have the religion? I'm like, it's so empty. It's more.
I know. I was like, I need it in there. I was so glad I was able to incorporate that. Thank God for the YouTube streams. And again, the fans are filling in the spaces. So the YouTube stream was limitedly available on YouTube. You can still check out Sea of Serenity, check out Miss Dream to find the content that you missed out on it. So it's out there on the interwebs. Just gotta look. Guys don't know where to look. So I think that's a great jumping off point for us to jump into today's topic, because today is the birthday of our soldier of the deep sea, Sailor Neptune. So happy birthday to Sailor Neptune. And so to celebrate Neptune's birthday, we're going to do some Sailor Neptune themed talking points.
Oh, fun.
So Z, I'm going to start you off, and I want you to tell me what you like about Sailor Neptune.
What I like about Sailor Neptune? I think an element of hers that I really relate is just her musicality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if branched off on like within me and whatnot, but her being so musically in tune and how that kind of parallels with this I found really awesome. And I also just really like her elegance.
Yes.
Some but like I don't know, it's the little things.
Yeah. I love the little things about
but
the nuances
I
of
really
characters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I definitely like her elegance. I like her aloofness. I like that she's very much like still water. Like still waters run deep. And while she may not look like it's affecting her on the surface, like, you know, deep inside, she feels things on a deeper level. Even as an outer soldier, and her interactions with Sailor Moon and the Inner Senshi, like she doesn't allude to like the severity of their mission. She's protective of them in a sense. Part of her coldness to them is like not just because she doesn't think they understand, but also as a way of protecting them. I like that, much like water, like she's very like intuitive, and she's very, you know, empathetic. And I know that there's like some moments, especially when it comes to Sailor Uranus, is that she's flawed like anybody else, that she has those moments of weakness where she's questioned, you know, the motivation of their mission, why can't they work together with Sailor Moon and stuff like that, but also like knowing truly what's at stake because she knows what the future holds.
Yes.
She's seen it firsthand, so it's like even in those moments of weakness, that resolve is still there because she knows what she's trying to prevent. I think this is very indicative of Sailor Neptune's character. So, out of like, you know, like is like be it the musicals, the anime, the manga, is there a particular Sailor Neptune moment that stands out for you?
Honestly, the first one that came to my head would be like introduction. I can't remember off the top of my head. The date and Chibiusa interrupts it, and then there's the Yoma that the gondola turns into.
Right.
First, Neptune comes in so suave, and her verse is just so suave as well. And then she got a little cheeky towards the end, talking about how, like, yeah, you should be worrying about how, you know, the ice underneath you is going to be melting after they Chibiusa's heart. Like, there's other things that you should be worrying about. And then they just dramatically leave. Well, not dramatically leave, but they just leave, and it's like, oh, yeah. Okay. And then, of course, but that left an impression on me. Like, yeah, they're cool and mysterious, but at the same time, at that point in time, they're still like really have their mission and like have fun. Fire Crystal, but she can still be humorous. I think that's the detail that a lot of the musicals, I would say, hold when it comes to me. Is that she still has like this humorous nature to her, like you mentioned, really, like how they're not completely serious, like they're multifaceted.
Right.
But yeah, that's my moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of Sailor Neptune moments that like stand out. Like I know that some fans will like say that they like the Death of Neptune scene where she goes out of her way to take the gunshots from Eugel's attack to protect Sailor Uranus. Or the Super S or Super Special, when she says like, a world without Haruka is a world not worth living in, and stuff like that. There's a lot of Neptune moments that tie around Sailor Uranus specifically. I honestly I think that we've seen some consistency when it comes to her character, aloof, sometimes cold, empathetic, she has deep loving care for Uranus as her partner. But I too like to revel in those cheeky moments because they're kind of like blinking you miss it moments. Specifically like the manga and in the Le Mouvement Finale musical and Sailor Moon Cosmos, where Yaten makes a comment about her makeup and she loses it. and in the musical, it was funny to me because it was because when they're done discussing and Haruka is trying to flirt with Michiru and she's like, we're going to the store and we're getting more makeup. That was very and for me it was like the Outers had a lot of fun because that was also the Hubasa comment from Sailor Fudo. So it's just it's very in line with them breaking from the typical cool kids personalities that they normally have and showing some humor and lightness to them that you don't normally see throughout the series. So you talked about your favorite Sailor Moon moment. Sailor Neptune moment. Do you have a favorite Sailor Neptune attack?
Yes, I do actually.
I was gonna yell if I'm not gonna. It's Submerge. I could not tell you why. It's just because of how it's animated, and then on top of that, how it's brought to life. Say specifically in Bandai Mew. I don't know what it is, but that one's always been my favorite of hers.
Yeah, I have to agree. Deep Submerge, it's iconic. It's probably her most well-known attack because you don't really see Submarine Reflection used too much in the original anime in comparison to the manga or Crystal. And Submarine Veil on Tide is only seen in Cosmos and in the manga. It's not really seen anywhere else outside of those, except for the musicals in Amor Eternal. So I think that if it wasn't Deep Submerge, it would probably be Submarine Veil on Tide, just because it's not seen as much and because it's a really cool attack name. It also ties into her, her music, the musical aspect of her character.
Yes.
Okay, so
I like that.
Yeah. And out of the 90s anime, the dubs, or the musicals, or Crystal, what is your favorite portrayal of the Sailor Neptune character?
Oh goodness. My favorite portrayal is the didn't get a PPSM. I'm kidding. My favorite.
That's a good one. I like that. I was like, PPSM win!
If only. No, I think my favorite.
Dave, because he is doing a fanfic of it, so you may get a glimpse into what the character could potentially be like.
Ooh, keep my eyeballs on that. It's hard because I feel like I loved her in Crystal because that, next to the musicals, would have been my first interpretation of her. in her character. But I think I'm going to be Michael's because I just love how different sides to her that are shown varied upon the different actresses that portray her. Whether it's through the dialogue that's shown on stage, like that little haha moment that happened, and I think it was Yume. I could be so wrong on that. Or like I think of the character songs, but not character songs, like Broken Maybus, like how, or with even how she's been portrayed in the newer musicals, like the Kaguya-Mew, and specifically like A More Eternal. Just I don't know. There's so many varying aspects to her character that I think, with the breadth that there are, has been shown, and are pretty neat. So I'm gonna say the musicals, but underneath that, I'm gonna put Crystal.
Okay.
And then mine.
Okay. I'll probably
What about you?
say like the 90s anime kind of like fleshes out her character a little bit more in comparison to the manga, which is like my number 2 for sure. I'm also a big fan of the voice actress, so I really liked her voice in the 90s anime. The only time that I will mention Sailor Neptune as part of the dub is because in the Cloverway dub, she has the same voice actress as Serena's mom. And they sound just alike. Like, it's just like she doesn't really like change her voice to fit the Neptune character. It's just the mom voice on Sailor Neptune. And I never avoid an opportunity to bring it up. It's not a hate thing. I don't hate it. It's just blatantly obvious that this is the same actress as the mom. And people love Barbara Radecki, who is the English dub voice in the Cloverway dub, and they love her portrayal of Neptune. And I would say that given what they had at the time, she did what she could with what she had, and she did a good job. But for me, it's like every time I hear her, I'm like, that's Serena's mom. It's Serena's mom.
That's literally her.
But it's like the 90s anime, the manga, and Crystal, because it follows the manga pretty closely. If I did have to choose a musical version of Neptune, it would probably be A More Eternal and Le Mouvement Finale. Her portrayal, I think it's just like she just encapsulates the musical version of the character and the manga anime character, and like kind of makes it her own. Even when she has like that brief like moment with Usagi when she was like saying her hair looks like malt block, and Usagi was like, what? So I think it's like really cool. And of course, Eye of the Storm is a great Sailor Neptune, Sailor Uranus song. Is a great introduction to their characters.
Oh, it's so good.
And their intro was just so solid. Like they really embodied those characters like to a T. The costumes were amazing and everything. So it's just like, I know that was my favorite part about the Nelke revival, was being able to see the costumes that we liked, and to see their costume change, because they don't change in Bandai as much as I would have liked them to.
The solid one fuku, they might get some different bows, but like it's pretty
yeah, like it was very, very like, it was just like, much like in the 90s anime, they did not get the upgrades like they should have.
Right.
So it is officially, it was officially 2026 in January, but we're recognizing it now that we're in March. Which means that our second season is coming to a close. I know we've taken like a little bit of break. It's been crazy since the holidays and the new year, and we're doing our best. And that's all we can do. So yeah, we're bringing season 2 to a close. We're getting ready for season 3. And Z, can you tell me what have been some of your favorite moments from season 2?
Oh my goodness. Okay, one of my favorites is us getting back together.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
My second favorite. Like that
I was
just
gonna
like
say the same thing. Yeah.
Oh. The second phase, like the whole experience with the Super Live, because it cast in a way with started just being able to connect with the Mooney community and happening, and just being able to like bear witness and be a part of something like actually reacting to something that occurred, and it was current, everybody's thoughts and stuff. Like it just reminded me, like, this is why I love this community, why I love this podcast, and being able to like share in these experiences, because even though everybody's different, back with different POVs or similar POVs, and it was just a really fun conversation all around. And then the third thing, I know we didn't have to list, but I list. The third thing is just the DJ Moons. I love talking about music, so doing like the full DJ Moon equivalent was really fun to do.
Yes.
And there may be more to that.
There will
may
be.
Not be.
There will be.
Tune in. But
we don't know when
I
they're
love
going to
doing
happen,
that.
but they're going to happen.
They're going to occur.
Yes.
But I love talking about music, and Sailor Moon is just full of I don't know, it was really cute because the DJ movies personally. Like I'll listen to them while I'm working on stuff. And it was cool that we made like for a hot moment. It was really fun. But those are like I can't ask for a list, but those are like I really enjoyed. Okay. What about you, G?
I would say the same. I loved definitely the definitive favorite moment for me from season 2 is our reunion. Because it was mutual. Like it was just like we had ended after the first season of Moonlight Justice, and I just happened to catch you on live, and you were like, I was just thinking about you, dude, because I was like saying I miss Moonlight Justice. And I was like, oh, you want to come back? You want to come back? Are you ready? Because I'm ready. And it's like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm like, oh, snap.
Oh, goodness. We're actually doing this.
And it just, and I like how, like, it came, like, it wasn't a hard thing to do. Like, it wasn't fraught with danger. It just came together smoothly. Like, we, like, fell right back into place. Like, nothing was wrong. And it's been smooth sailing since then. So I'm very happy that we are back as Double Moonlight Justice. I'm definitely looking forward to season 3. The Super Live conversation has been probably the highlight for me, for sure, because it is something that I got to experience firsthand. Part of me was like, you know, like, this is not just for me, it's for Z too. Like, and I was like, and so for me, it was just being able to connect with people like Music of the Sphere /J, and other fans I weren't even aware. So there's like I said before, like there's a TikToker, I think it's called In Royal News, and he's a person of color that does TikToks about Meghan Markle and the royal family and stuff like that. And to find out that he went to the Super Live in Chicago was like really cool. So I was like, oh my gosh, there's like more Sailor Moon fans than I realized. Being able to like live a shared experience and being able to take advice from like Brooke, who released a video on what it's like what to expect from a Super Live show, what the merchandise was like and what to look like and stuff like that. Empress Jasmine, we need to get her back on because I know she wasn't able to join us the last time, but she went to the New York shows. And I think she got you the Jupiter card, didn't she? And a T-shirt. Yeah, the Jupiter card and T-shirt. So it was like,
Yes,
yeah, because it was like we need to let Z experience the magic. So she got, I think she got the T-shirt and she got the Jupiter card. And then Superlight came out on YouTube, and I was like, oh, thank God, Z's gonna be able to see it for herself. Yes, and it was really, and I think that's like one of my top favorite moments was being able to interview you for watching Super Live. And you had the unique experience of being able to watch both shows.
Mm-hmm.
So that was always cool and fun. And I think like my third, I know we weren't making a list, but here we are. Our collaboration over the holidays with Eternal Mooncast.
Yeah, that was so fun.
That was a lot of fun. I have joined the Eternal Mooncast Patreon, so I've been doing the Sailor Moon watch parties, which have been a lot of fun. We're watching the dub, so it's just like, it just takes me back to being a teenager and watching the original English dub and reliving the moments, no matter how cringe it is. It's like
It's fun.
the Viz dub was able to walk because the Deke dub and the Cloverway dub happened. Like we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that, and I think that's why it will always hold a special place. I think something of note as well was like something that I've noticed recently is like we have been connecting with more and more fans, and one thing I have kind of like taken away from some of my interactions is that people are using those opportunities to kind of like bash Sailor Moon.
Oh,
I had to post something about it on my stories because I was like, if I'll post something like if it's PJSM, well, I hate PGSM Mamoru. He's the worst version of Mamoru. Or I hate the Deke dub because it's the worst version of the English version of Sailor Moon and stuff like that. And it's just like, are you a Sailor Moon fan or not? Like if I'm interacting with other people that enjoy the same thing I do, like I want to know what you like about it, what your favorite things are. Like if all you can do is talk about how you hate it, then like, are you really a fan? So
dislike something.
Yeah, like I'm not expecting you to like. I'm not saying you have to like everything about Sailor Moon, but honestly, I don't need to hear what you don't like about it. I want to hear what you love about it. What connects you with the fandom and with the show and with the characters and stuff like that. Like I can't. And like I said in my story, I don't know how to respond to that because it's very off-putting, and it's really hard to read tone in a message. So it's like I don't know if you're angry or if you're upset or like if you're joking. Like I don't know, and I just don't. And I guess for me, it's like I just don't have it in me to engage with that, especially when there's so many. And I think that's also part of the exhaustion is I get a lot of DMs. So I have to be and I have limited screen time. So I have to be very strategic about how I'm engaging and I think that's kind of like where that stems from. It's like, when I had unlimited screen time and I was doom scrolling, like I had all the time in the world to engage or not engage, but now that time is limited, granted it's by my own hand, but at the same time it's like, it's making me more intentional about who I'm engaging with and how I'm engaging with them. And it's like, if you only have a short, and I think that's also like part of the message too, if you only have so much time to interact with someone about a favorite thing that you like, are you going to start that conversation off with how much you hate that thing? No, you're going to get to what you love about it. It's like, if you meet Beyonce, you're not going to tell her the songs you hate. You're going to tell her how much you love her and what songs you like, because you don't have that much time with her. I'm not saying I'm Beyonce, but I'm the Sailor Moon guy.
I mean,
so yeah. What else? So with season 2 coming to a close, what do you think season 3 will be like for us? I know we've answered this before on the Eternal Mooncast, but I think this is an opportunity for us to kind of like elucidate on season 3 a little bit more.
Season 3. I think it might hold more discussions, but like analytical discussion, like the source material. We're looking at different media, still talking about like, yeah, we like this, we like that. But I guess light of Neptune, we're going deeper, beyond the surface.
It's a deep submerge.
Deep submerge.
It's a deep submerge. That's it. Like, we're no longer calling it deep dive. We're calling it deep submerge. Yes, I think that's officially going to be like the pre-title to our discussions. Like deep submerge, and we're going to say what the topic is about. I agree. I think that it is finally time for us. I think that we've established our rhythm and our cadence. I think that we are, officially in a position where, we are able to do a deep submerge into some of the topics that we have been wanting to discuss since season 1. I think that akin to the third arc or the third season of Sailor Moon, it's going to be deeper, it's going to be a little bit darker, because much like Sailor Moon, we are growing, we are evolving, changing for the better, and there are things that we think that by discussing we can lend a little clarity to. A submarine reflection, if you will.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
So don't be surprised if we just do that's how we break down our analyses. It's like we do a deep submerge and we do a submarine reflection on on what was discussed and stuff like that. And that ties into our last talking point, which is what topics we want to talk about. And I think that this is a great segue for us to kind of give you guys an idea of the direction that we're heading in. So I know that one topic was the misconception of Mamoru's age. And I think that misconception leads to some misunderstandings about the character and his intentions, especially in light of today's society where age gap relationships are taboo in a sense. For lack of a better word, I think it's just and I think that because the way that anime and the voice actors have played the roles, that it also gives some illusions that the characters are older than what they seem, and therefore make them seem more, like adults. Even the same can be said for not just the men, but also the women too, where it's Sailor Moon does not look like a typical 14-year-old. And which I also think which also tends to lead to misconceptions about her age, and I am I'm guilty of that. I honestly thought at the end of Sailor Moon Sailor Star, without having much context or anything to go off of, when I was a teenager, I thought she was 18 at the end of the show, and she's only 16. So
I was I thought each season was a year. Okay, it's 18,
right.
19 by this point.
So it may not just be about Mamoru, but it may just be about the characters in general too, because I think that a lot of people like PGSM Usagi gets some flack for some of her decision making, especially with the Princess Sailor Moon character. And I'm like, I think that's on brand for a 14-year-old to kind of like go off the deep end when they're affected emotionally and don't have the capacity to deal with it. So definitely looking forward to, like, we'll do some research and kind of like be more clear, like as we get into that topic appropriately. I'm just like spouting off some notes here and there, but it is not the full analysis and understanding that we have come to when it comes to these characters. But I do know, I think it's like, I think that Sailor Moon has been at a disservice to the amount of men's information that has been floating around since its debut in America, because there has been limited information and it has persisted. That to try to like make sense of it, things have been made up, things have been misconstrued. And so our hope is to kind of like lend some clarity, some perspective, and some better understanding, not to change your mind, but to just give you a different perspective to look at it, a different lens, if you will. So definitely looking forward to that topic. I think media literacy is going to be a topic that we'll be discussing, especially nowadays, because I think that some of the nuance of Sailor Moon is missed from people trying to simplify it into kind of like this black and white concept when it's everything but. It's very gray. It's it's like, it's edgy in a sense. It touches on some things that go beyond the black and white. It's very like shaded and gray and nuanced, and it has deeper meaning than what people are attributing it to. So I think that that's also another topic that I'm looking forward to, and hopefully lend some clarity and some perspective to some fans. And I think that, I'm trying to think of what else. What other topics come to mind for you, Z?
I feel like this kind of falls in with the age thing, but just kind of chatting about the characters, but more so like, I think of the word flanderization, how like characters are dissolved to being like one or two particular traits when that's not who they are. It doesn't encompass them in its entirety, if that makes sense.
Right. And I'm definitely looking forward to kind of like getting a better understanding of like why people say things like, PGSM Mamoru is the worst Mamoru, and I'm just like, how? And I have a feeling I know what they're alluding to, and I'm guessing it has something to do with the way his relationship with Hina ended.
Oh.
So I think that's kind of, so it's like, I think the drama around the love triangle between Usagi, Hina, and Mamoru it lends to that interpretation of the character. I don't know if it has anything to do with Mamoru's decision making as Endymion, when he chose to kind of like, push Usagi to see him as an enemy, or to make the decision to take Metalia into himself without really like discussing it with anybody. So I'm like wondering if that's what like those are, and I think that's also kind of like what we're talking about when it comes to the research. When it comes to, we're not just talking about it generally. We're not like, saying like, well, I think this is what happened. Like, no, we'd be like, well, I watched the episode and this is what was said and this is what was done.
Like
stuff like that.
Stuff,
Right.
Like it'll.
Yes.
Like- Yeah. Like it'll be back. Like
Yeah.
we'll rewatch episodes. We'll write down code markers like at 15 minutes this many seconds, and we'll just go from there. Like it'll be a genuine discussion.
Yeah. And we'll see about getting like guests like like Mew or people from Eternal Mooncast or people from the Sailor Moon community. As long as we're able to discuss things constructively, positively, respectfully, I don't think there's going to be an issue. We haven't had an issue with our guests, but this is also the first time that we've like delved into some topics that people are passionate about. So I would like to think that with our different perspectives, we can come together and talk about it civilly, but never know.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward. I'm looking forward to it either way. And I'm definitely looking forward to the discussions for season 3. I'm definitely looking forward to the DJ moves. Like that's definitely one of my favorite moments. And we like figured out early on there's no way to encompass all the music of Sailor Moon, which is why our first like DJ Moon-esque episode was specifically like songs from Crystal. So we'll have more DJ Moons, but they'll be more thematically tied, so like musicals, 90s anime, stuff like that, to make it manageable and gives us more content for the DJ Moon episodes, and those will be like like some lighthearted discussions. So it's like to break up the deep discussions, we'll probably like intersperse the DJ Moons with those, to allow you guys to digest everything that was discussed. Was there anything else?
Oh, and like getting
costuming and cosplays for sure. Yes. We've been looking forward to doing that season
discussion. Like that.
Oh, for sure. I can imagine the type of research that goes into creating a cosplay, and I have seen like people like video games that just came out or anime that just came out, and people have already nailed the costume.
See, that's what baffles me. that baffles me. I'll say as somebody that's been doing this for a hot minute, like people that got quickly, and it just be like, dang.
And it's just like I can't imagine like the research. It's just like, and having the eye for it. See, you have kind of like attributed that eye for costuming, because even when the Nogi Miyu came out, and I was like, you were like, oh my gosh, it's going to be, like these costumes are made with this material. I'm like, how can you see that? And you were right.
And you didn't get through. But it attributes to things I've been going through my sewing journey. And also I look at Fuku, so I'm like, oh, it's interesting the material instead of that one compared to this particular musical where they do this. It's fun. It's fun to juxtapose.
It's like.
But that's an episode.
Well, I mean, even the Moon Miyu costume, like it is very accurate to the Nelke costume. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I know, like you were going for accurate, but I was not expecting it to be really accurate, because I was just like, it looked like something. But you look like you broke into the exhibition and stole costumes.
It's the end goal. Make it look like, where'd you get that from? Did you? Yep,
right.
I did. That's much research.
Just hanging out in the closet.
Yeah, just chilling.
So, I'm excited. We definitely have some things to look forward to, but that's all we have for today. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Double Moonlight Justice, and until next time, we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.